But DRS, we start by looking back on the weekend and a major championship at stake on a Sunday at Pinehurst No. 2 at the 2024 United States Open. And what a final round it was.
Fantastic final round. I was really excited to watch this on Sunday, knowing the capabilities of, I was cheering in my ticket on a top 20 price for Bryson DeChambeau, which it turns out you should have just made it 10-1, 5-1, or heck, just threw him in to win at that point here. But the FanDuel Sportsbook did offer a boost, which was, I believe, 25% midway through that round, which I did also take on Bryson DeChambeau. So I was cheering that as well. The one thing that we do know, it's always great because the U.S. Open typically ends on Sunday, which is Father's Day. So a lot of meaning, a lot of families getting together. Whether you play golf with your father on Father's Day, which I did for such a long time, or whether you're just sitting around there having a barbecue, eating out of the family over, the U.S. Open is always on TV. And sometimes all you can ask for is just give me an exciting finish with two superstars here. The one thing I do believe we were robbed out of a little bit, this is the way golf rules are, like that final grouping, if it was DeChambeau and Rory McIlroy going toe-to-toe, side-by-side, would have been awesome to watch. But the one thing we also have to understand is how much pressure that these guys are under. Yes, they're professional athletes. Yes, they played hundreds of tournaments. But when you get the back nine on Sunday in a major championship to see how that pressure ratchets up, where you know you got to hit a perfect shot. Oh, all I have to do is hit the fairway on this hole when these guys were struggling to do that down the stretch. A 3.5 or 4 foot putt. How about that? 4-foot putt. Let's try that one again here. My goodness. Like, it's so hard to do that on a Sunday. And Rory McIlroy, he had this, a 2-shot lead late in this tournament and gave it away. Why? Because of a 55-yard up and down out of a bunker with the Open on the line. Bryson DeChambeau was able to cash that in. That was awesome to watch on Sunday. What a great golf tournament.
Listen, if it's hard to say 4-foot putt, maybe it's hard to make 2 4-foot putts down the stretch in your final 3 holes trying to close out and win your first major in a decade. We will talk about Rory's collapse, but Bryson's triumph for the second time in the last 5 years. A U.S. Open champion in our nation's national championship. Victorious in 2020 at Winged Foot and here in 2024 at Pinehurst No. 2. Donnie, there are moments for major championships especially that when we see highlight reels from decades ago, we look back on that signature shot, that signature putt, whatever it was. The 55-yard bunker shot on hole number 18, his 72nd and final at Pinehurst No. 2, will be remembered forever. Bryson needed to get up and down to save par and win a U.S. Open at 6 under for the tournament, and that's exactly what he did. Bryson DeChambeau, a multiple-time major winner, a multiple-time champion at the U.S. Open, and shout out to our guys in the back. DeChambeau is very good for Bryson DeChambeau. 20-1 to win this tournament before we got underway on Thursday. That was one of the 10 best prices. Donnie had him in the top 20. I bet him yesterday with that 25% profit boost at minus 125 to make it even money plus 100. So a good Sunday for me as well.
No, certainly great. And by the way, like amateur golfers out here, a lot of amateur golfers are afraid just to get into the sand trap there. That usually fans out. By the green, obviously a little bit easier. Sometimes you're in a fairway bunker. I don't know, $170 out from the green. You just take that 7-8 iron here, just try to blast it up there. The 55-yard shot, if anybody's played golf before, that's probably the most tricky thing you could do because the problem is you're so used to hitting by greenside bunkers that you get the feel like, okay, I just got to lift this bad boy up 10 yards and we'll see where it goes. Or if you're way back, it's like, well, let me just swing hard and hopefully I get a good clean shot at this golf ball and I get around the green. But 55 yards out, you got to measure that perfectly. You skull that thing, it's going over that green. You hit it short or have way too much spin on that, you roll it right off the green. That was an unbelievable shot in that aspect. Forget about just the pressure of the moment. Just that type of golf shot is not really in a lot of golfers' repertoires because you don't see it all that much on a golf course. Hey, I got 60, 55 yards in a bunker to get up and down. He did that absolutely beautifully. Now, if there's any crux to an argument that I get upset with on the final day of a major is Matthew Pavone, fantastic, in the final grouping here, Ben. I don't understand this. And I guess, like, I was one of the first to Twitter to come with this. I've watched a lot of golf in the past, and sometimes there's etiquette that you must follow. It means get out of the way for a guy about to win a major championship and let him have his moment. Now, having said this, if Pavone was one shot back, I'd have no issue with it because you'd say, you know what? I'm going to put the pressure on this guy because I got to see what he does. If he misses it, I make it. We go to a playoff here. Pavone was multiple shots back here with like a 3-footer or 4-footer. It was like, you know what? I'm going to let Bryson putt this out. And the thing I knew right away, which I loved, was the feedback from the gallery as they started booing loudly when they saw what was taking place. And I don't want to say it was any more anticlimactic, but the last shot of the tournament is supposed to be from the champion in the final group here. Let him have his moment, because you saw he was excited. He had a great finish there, hugged his caddy, and was like, hey, everybody, settle down, settle down. This guy has no chance to win a tournament once his putt here from 3 feet. I just thought that was disgraceful, the way to end that tournament. Even though a great day by DeChambeau, we all enjoyed it. Let him have his moment, man. Terrible.
Oftentimes, that is what happens. When there is a large gallery, they will change order so that you can finish and clear the stage for what will be the championship-winning putt, or even, if Bryson missed it, to declare a playoff at the United States Open. Matthew Pavone finished in 5th at 3 under par. So it was a wild final round. It was one of the best final rounds of a major championship that we have seen in golf in some time. Bryson DeChambeau was a minus money favorite before the final round Sunday at Pinehurst yesterday, because he had a 3-shot lead in front of Rory McIlroy. But McIlroy caught fire. Hole number 9, a birdie. Then he starts out his first 4 holes on the back, birdieing 3 of 4. That's 4 birds in a 5-hole stretch to take a 2-shot lead by the time Bryson got to hole number 13 in that final pairing. And yet it flipped completely, because Rory bogeyed 3 of his final 4 holes in 2 4-foot putts that will be remembered for a very long time. Missing one inside 3 feet on hole number 16, missing one inside 4 feet on hole number 18. Rory entered the 16th hole at the United States Open yesterday, his 70th of the tournament, being a perfect 496 of 496 from inside 3 feet this season on the PGA Tour, to only miss 2 on his final 3 holes. Rory McIlroy, who was looking to win his first major title in a decade, last victorious as one of the best golfers in the world at the 2014 PGA Championship, has come oh so close in the last 10 years. 7 top 10 finishes in the last decade at the United States Open. He is the first golfer. Some great stats yesterday by Justin Ray, who works for The Athletic, to put things in a historical context. Rory McIlroy is the first golfer in U.S. Open history to finish solo second, losing by just a single shot in back-to-back years at the U.S. Open ever. And that's what happened once again to Rory McIlroy yesterday at Pinehurst.
And by the way, he opened up that 2-shot lead. But I got to give a lot of credit here to Bryson DeChambeau. If you remember, he was stepping up to that short par 4, which means, you know what? I'm going to bring my driver out, which I've been struggling with. He pulls that left or right. He never gets a chance to birdie that hole. Drives the green 2 putts, just misses an eagle to get him right back into it. And also, dig number 2 here. Hey, Rory, it's okay you lost. Show up, talk to the media, put that mic in front of your face, and then move on at this point. The fact that he ducked the media interview at the end of it, come on now, man. Be better than that.
Soft. Peeled out of the parking lot before Bryson even signed his final scorecard. We'll have a little bit more from the U.S. Open and into the WNBA from the weekend that was up next. So listen, you lose the United States Open in heartbreaking fashion as you look for your first major championship in 10 years. We can understand frustration. We can understand not wanting to speak. But peeling out of the parking lot in your private car just to get out of there before the championship is even done? Come on, man. Rory McIlroy. It's going to be remembered. It will be a lasting image from the 2024 United States Open, just like Bryson DeChambeau's 55-yard bunker shot on hole number 18. Not only the 2 missed 4-foot putts in the final 3 holes out of Rory that coughed up the championship or an opportunity to win his first major for the first time in a decade. But again, him speeding away in the parking lot to get out of there as quickly as possible and denying any media request. I think we can understand frustration, Donnie, because it's just a guy in the heat of competition trying to win a major. But we expect a lot from our athletes. We expect a lot of those figureheads, and Rory McIlroy has been that the last few years with how crazy the climate has been in the world of golf. So to say no and just get the F out of Dodge, not exactly the best look for Rory McIlroy.
No, it certainly wasn't. And also, like, we love big-time winners. Like, you win a championship, we want to hear from you. You get the stage. Sometimes it's emotional. It's a great watch. We also love the losers who said, you know what? I just can't believe I folded down the stretch. Let me face the music here. You sort of get a new light there. And granted, it's not going to lose any endorsements. It's not going to lose any fans over this. But you would have liked to heard that perspective because he would have told you how devastated he was. I got to get better. And he's going to congratulate Bryson DeChambeau and all that stuff because we love to hear, like, again, what was he going to answer? Well, what went through your mind when you missed that putt? Yeah, it was terrible. I missed the putt. But sometimes just like it in their own words to move forward. And also, as we know, how big a tournament this was to Rory. Because, again, you're up 2 shots there with 4 or 5 shots, 3 or 5 holes to play. That should be your tournament, or at least get you into extras at this point, which he wasn't able to do. Just a tough look all the way out. Or maybe it just was, now hold on. I lost to a guy that probably got $300 million to go to LIV Golf. He barely has to play golf, and he's so refreshed and ready that I'm watching him in the majors this year be like tied 6, 2, and 1 here. Maybe I should have took the $300 to $400 to $500 million, and I would have been happy. So maybe he's angry at that, Ben. You never know. Or else maybe more paperwork to file in his personal life. You never know. Never know.
Oh, hey, you do never know. It did seem as though Rory's wife had filed for divorce ahead of the PGA Championship this week leading up to the U.S. Open. The divorce had been called off between Rory McIlroy and his personal partnership. We also did see a ton of theatrics yesterday in the final round, even without world number 1 Scottie Scheffler in the mix. He finishes 8 over in a tie for 41st. Not something we have often said for Scottie in the most significant of stages this year. Tiger Woods missing out on the cut, finishing 7 over in his opening 2 rounds.